Happy Friday. Welcome back to the Daily Fight. It is Fierce Friday, and I love today because we can look at Friday, the end of the week. This has been my theme week, so I hope you have enjoyed it. No Mercy Monday, Tough Love Tuesday, Wake Your Warrior Wednesday, Take Charge. I hope yesterday you took charge. You knocked some things out that have kind of been lingering and just kind of over there in the corner, but taking up your attention, and you've been dusting them under the rug, and you finally pulled out the rug and you got some things done. And today is be fierce and be fierce for your future self. And I'm going to give you a little formula that I use with my one-on-one coaching clients, which by the way, I coach one-on-one in my Edge High Performance one-on-one private coaching program, and then also in the Rise, which is my group coaching program. So if you want some more information, just DM me on social media at ROBYN TANNER Coaching, or you can email me at robyn@robyntanner.com, and that's ROBYN at robyntanner.com, ROBYNTANNER.com. And you can find more information about how we go about one-on-one coaching together or some group. But Fierce Friday, being fierce for your future self, because what happens? You've really got several personalities going on at once. Hang with me. You've got that past self, and that past self is what you've outgrown, what you let go of. It's your pain, it's your past, it's what you've already been through, been there, done that, got that t-shirt. It's your old habits, it's your old successes, it's the shoulda, woulda, couldas. It's all of the history. It's who you used to be. You are no longer that person. But it comes back every now and then. It resurfaces and it comes back and it tries to pull you backwards. It tries to talk you into doing some things. It peer pressures you into going backwards. And we don't want to go there. But there's also some pieces of you from the past that are pretty awesome and pretty badass, and they need to stay with you. So you want to make sure that you don't cloud that. So I'm going to give you a little formula here in a second so that we figure out how to differentiate between all these different little lives and personalities that you've got going on at once. Then we've got you right now, you today, now you, current you, where we're questioning. And this person probably feels beat up the most. This person probably feels like you're under question, you're under scrutiny, you're being interrogated, it's never enough, you're tired, you're exhausted, you're burnt out. Then one day you're super excited and you're striving and you're strong and you're awesome and you're badass. And then the next day you're questioning things. And this is normal. You're also doing the day-to-day, the everyday responsibilities. You're being a mom, or you're being a wife, or you're being a dad, or you're being a friend. You're trying to do the best that you can, but you're tired, or maybe you're lazy and maybe you're stuck and you've been settling here and you're on the opposite end of the spectrum. But current you've got to learn to love where you're at now, be okay with where you're at, beyond gratitude, beyond the I'm so thankful for this and you thank God for that. Of course, you've got to do those. Of course, you have to have gratitude. Of course, you have to be appreciative. Of course, you have to be thankful. Of course, you have to get into that state of, I'm not where I used to be. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm not where I used to be. And start to appreciate all of the things that you do have, that you have overcome, the power that you have, the pizzazz, the passion, all of those things that you have. And then the self-awareness and the ability and the grit to question yourself, to have tough love with yourself, to wake your warrior, to have that no mercy mindset, right? That I'm striving for this and it's going to be hard, but I'm ready to face the battle. I'm ready to go to war. I'm ready to weaponize myself with some skills and habits and armor so that I don't back down, so I don't get pulled back into my old self. And then fighting for that future self is that clarity, right? That vision. What are you chasing? What are your goals? What are your desires? How many trips are you trying to go on? How much money are you trying to make? Are you trying to do a nonprofit? Are you trying to start a new business? How are you trying to show up? Are you trying to lose weight? What is it that you are trying to accomplish? What is it, that life that you think that you should be fierce for, that you want to be fighting for? Because you have some type of idea, you have some type of fight inside of you, and that's what we're here for. This is the daily fight. So with my one-on-one clients, what I like to have them do is when we get on sessions together and we have about an hour, often we want to talk about the now. We want to talk about where we're at, the problem that we're at, the circumstance, what he did or what she did, or where you're at, or beating yourself up, or punishing yourself, or second guessing yourself, or overthinking, or all of the planning. And you get caught up in your current circumstance, in your current situation, in your current, how you look now in the mirror, whether the clothes fit you or you can't can't button your best pair of pants, or you look in the mirror and your face is all puffy and you just see that life is flashing before your eyes and you're not happy with any of it. We don't want that. We don't want that at all. And that's often where we're at. So you've really got to limit, is the key to how much you're going to give to your current you. You really have to divide how much time, how much energy, how much resources you're going to give to current you. Have you ever met someone and they start to talk to you about things and they've given you like all the last details down to like their great grandmother's twice removed second cousin, and you're like, I just don't care, it doesn't matter, but you're nodding your head and you're listening and you're wishing that like somebody would come and grab you and snatch you away so they could remove you from the conversation? We get like that in our current day to day because we can't see past. We can't see past where we're at. We can't see what's on the other side of the suspension bridge that we're walking, that's shaky, that like seems like a bottomless hole beneath us. So you want to spend no more. Once a week, I want you to do a warrior review where you reflect and you spend no more than 20 minutes, no more than 20 minutes of interviewing yourself, where you're at right now, what's going right, what's going wrong, what can you do better, what's lacking, what's missing. Go ahead and question, be the cop, interrogate yourself, but spend no more than 20 minutes a week doing that, because otherwise you're going to end up in a state of where you kind of feel like you're beating yourself up and it's not good enough. And then you're going to, that little inner kid, that kid in you is going to retreat and either throw a tantrum and get pissy and catastrophize, or they're going to crawl up in the fetal position and hide in the corner and run away. And that's not where we want to be. So you want to spend no more than 20 minutes kind of journaling and reflecting, and people can disagree with me, on where you're currently at. And then you want to spend maybe 5 minutes, no more than 10, on the past. Where's your past self? Where have they resurfaced this week? Where have you seen old tendencies, old habits, old patterns? Maybe you lost it and you weren't able to fully communicate what you wanted to say, or maybe you lost your shit, right? And you spewed out some things you wish you could take back. Maybe you binged on some food this week. Maybe you hit snooze every day and you didn't make it to the gym. Maybe you lashed out at your partner. Maybe you procrastinated on a project, or whatever it might be for you, but there were some past habits that you thought you were past, that you thought, I'm better than this now, I shouldn't be going back this way. Where is your old self, your past self, trying to pull you back? Where are they resurfacing? And spend no more than 5 minutes, because I guarantee you it won't take you that long to figure out where. Last week was a really, really rough week for me. And in my next few podcasts, I'll share like the ins and outs of that with you. And a lot of old me showed up for about 2.5 days. And then what happens when that happens, you start to shut down. I catastrophize. So I will be like, it doesn't matter. What's the point? Nobody's listening. Nobody cares. This is never going to happen. What if I'm doing all the wrong things, right? Like, we start to allow that negative talk to bring us backwards. So if you're spending 5 minutes, no more than 6 minutes, on where is that old self resurfacing, so it keeps you aware of where you're at. And then we're spending 20 minutes questioning and refining and kind of doing a report card on your day-to-day, your current week. And again, segment it out personally, professionally, and physically, like where you're showing up, where you're not, what's working, what's not, because obviously we want to take what's working and we want to continue doing that next week. And it's really good to do these on Fridays because it gives you the weekend to kind of reset, to set you back up when No Mercy Monday comes around again on Monday. And then you're going to spend 30 minutes on future you. You should be spending more time on future you. Who she is, what's she doing, what is she like? Are you still in alignment? Is it helping you get, is this goal, is this decision, is this choice, is this activity, is this behavior, is this attitude, is this thing that I'm doing, that I'm committing to, that I'm disciplining myself for, that I'm being obedient for, is this thing helping me create and become a better version of myself? That future, is it helping me live the dreams? Is it helping me do the adventure? Is it helping me feel more alive and full? Is it helping me serve and give back? Is it helping me be a good steward of my gifts and my talents? Is it inspiring somebody else? Is it bringing somebody else up with me? And you want to spend some time of, what does that look like? What does that feel like? Who, what, when, where, why, and how the heck out of it. You want to paint that movie. You want to be able to. Every morning I would walk and walk and walk. And it was like I was walking the movie in my head. I was creating the life. And it's just something that you want, and you see me, if you're watching this, like spinning, around and around, because you want it to be so vivid and you want to spend more time daydreaming. We forget to daydream. You even put up the vision board and you get out all the planners, but then you don't look at them. I have my clients leave their journals out, leave their questions out, because if you don't go back and revisit it, you'll forget. And we need to be reminded. We need to be reminded of our dreams and our desires, and that there's, a kid in there and a warrior in there and a fighter in there that is willing to do the work. If you're willing to question where you're at right now, surrender your old self and fight for the future self. So on this Fierce Friday, be fierce for your future self. Use this little formula: 5 minutes for the past, 10, 20 minutes for the current, and 20 to 30 minutes for the future. Spend more time working on your future self. Spend more time working on yourself. Spend more time working on your dreams and your desires and your heart and what you truly want, creating that vision for yourself. That's where your faith is going to come in. And without that faith, you're not going to have the courage to step in it and question where you're at right now. Current you is never going to get questioned. They're never going to have to stand up and take the test in front of the whole classroom if you don't have the belief and the faith in the picture painted. And then when that old self comes to bully you back into the old ways, back into history, you got to be strong enough to withstand that, to stand up to it, to speak up to it. And the only way to do that is to armor yourself with the faith and the belief and using those muscles, right? That spiritual muscle, emotional muscle, and mental muscle, so that you can withstand that, so that you can overcome it. So be fierce for your future self today. I hope you enjoyed this week. Go back and listen to them all. I think they're kind of bite-sized and little, and create your own theme for your week so that you have a rhythm, so that you have a mantra, so that you have your affirmations, whatever you want to call them, your values, your principles, so that it just directs you. It's like a North Star leading you to your future self in battle, good, bad, ugly. But without that, you're flying blind, and you deserve better than that. So show up for yourself today. Be fierce. Fight for your future self. I'll see you next week on The Daily Fight. My name is ROBYN TANNER. Peace out.